Packers set to reintegrate key player and more updates from Lambeau Field practice. Green Bay, Wisconsin, the most significant development emerging from the Packers' practice at Lambeau Field on Saturday night didn't occur in front of the crowd of over 60,000 spectators. Instead, it came later at the podium, where head coach Matt LaFleur revealed plans for one of the team's crucial players to join the 11-on-11 drills on Tuesday for the first time this training camp. Right tackle Zach Tom, who successfully contained All-Pro pass rusher Micah Parsons during the Packers' playoff victory over the Cowboys last season, suffered a pectoral tear while lifting weights in the off-season. As a result, he has either missed practices entirely or participated solely in individual drills up to this point. During family night on Saturday, Tom engaged in one-on-one drills with defensive lineman Spencer Wage at one end of the field, while the rest of the team practiced at the opposite end. Tom's return to team drills is expected to provide a much-needed boost for an offensive line that has been struggling during camp. In his absence, the Packers have experimented with three different players at right tackle: veteran Andre Dillard, second-year undrafted player Kadeem Telfort, and, most recently, the 6'9" Caleb Jones. Dillard had a challenging start to camp, leading the Packers to test Telfort in his position. On Saturday, Jones faced tough competition from defensive end Rashawn Gary. LaFleur commented that Tom has looked great during his gradual return to full activity. "The offensive line is facing some challenges right now," LaFleur said. "I think the defensive line gets frustrated at times because we use a lot of chippers in practice. I tell them, that's a compliment to you guys. It means we believe we need 4 hands to block you. This situation will arise during the season, but I believe our defensive line is solid. Hopefully, they will keep improving and continue their strong performance." Tom, a 4th-round pick in 2022, expressed his eagerness to participate in team drills, noting that missing Saturday's well-attended practice at the stadium was particularly difficult. Although Tom does not anticipate participating in every 11-on-11 rep immediately upon his return, the Packers are hopeful to gain as much as possible from a player who may have Pro Bowl potential in his 3rd year. "It's going to be a work in progress," Tom acknowledged regarding his strength. "I've never dealt with this kind of injury before, so there will likely be some issues to work through, but the only way to address them is by getting back on the field and playing football." Here are 5 additional insights from Saturday night's practice. 1. Watching cornerback Jaire Alexander during one-on-one drills is consistently the most engaging part of practice due to the high-level matchups. Alexander has been up against wide receiver Romeo Doubs, but on Saturday, he faced 4 different players. Alexander displayed strong coverage on Doubs, forcing an incompletion on a shallow fade from quarterback Jordan Love on the right side of the end zone during his first rep. He also had a notable pass breakup on a fade intended for receiver Dontavian Wicks, which concluded with some friendly trash talk and a high five. Alexander and Wicks had a verbal exchange at Thursday's practice. Alexander allowed a catch to wideout Malik Heath near the front right pylon in an end zone drill, but may have pushed him out short of the goal line. After what might have been 3 wins for Alexander, it was unclear whether Heath scored. Love threw a perfectly placed deep ball down the left sideline to receiver Christian Watson for a touchdown. Despite good coverage, the pass was exceptional. 2. Tom's return to team drills might not be the only significant participation update for the Packers next week. LaFleur mentioned on Saturday night that the team hopes to reintegrate second-year tight end Tucker Kraft in some capacity next week as well. Kraft, who suffered a pectoral tear while lifting weights in the offseason, has not participated in any camp activities yet. Kraft emerged as a key player after fellow tight end Luke Musgrave missed significant time with a lacerated kidney last season, catching a touchdown in the divisional round against the 49ers. Kraft and Musgrave, 2nd and 3rd round picks respectively from last year's draft, could form an exciting tight end duo if they can stay healthy throughout the season. 3. Saturday night featured the most active practice yet for kickers Anders Carlson and Greg Joseph. Joseph entered the session with a 4-kick advantage over Carlson in open practices, but Carlson closed the gap by 1 kick. Carlson made 8 of 9 field goals from distances of 33, 43, 45, 47, 49, 52, 54, and 55 yards, including 2 from 55 yards, though the Packers iced their own kicker intentionally, with his only miss coming wide right from 57 yards. Carlson is now 33 of 40 on field goals across 10 open practices. Joseph made 7 of 9 attempts on Saturday, connecting from 33, 43, 45, 47, 49, 52, and 55 yards, with misses wide left from 54 and 57 yards. Joseph's overall record in camp is now 36 of 40. 4. Romeo Doubs continued his strong performance from the past week on Saturday night, particularly during a sequence where he caught 2 touchdowns in the low red zone. First, he beat cornerback Eric Stokes on a slant route, receiving a 6-yard touchdown pass from Love. On the next play, Love lofted a pass to Doubs in the back left corner of the end zone, where Doubs outjumped cornerback Kayshawn Nixon for a 3-yard touchdown. Doubs reflected on the fade route, saying, "Understanding the situation, timing, and practice habits are crucial. We hit on a fade, and I know we'll keep progressing and refining those reps to make them easier in games." Doubs appears to be the Packers' top red zone receiver, and his consistent performance in crucial moments makes him a prime target for Love. Doubs also made a contested catch against Alexander and had a significant gain on a deep dig route later in practice, aided by rookie right guard Jordan Morgan, who successfully blocked defensive tackle Kenny Clark's rush, allowing Love to complete the pass. 5. Saturday also saw a new practice absence with defensive end Kingsley Enagbare sidelined due to a hamstring injury. Enagbare, a standout early in camp after recovering from a previously suspected torn ACL against the Cowboys, which was ultimately not confirmed, is expected to be a key rotational player on Green Bay's revamped defensive line under new coordinator Jeff Hafley. Center Josh Myers returned to practice after missing Thursday's session due to a personal matter. Running back Josh Jacobs participated in kick return warm-ups wearing a helmet and pads, but did not take part in the rest of the practice after missing Thursday's session due to a groin injury. He mentioned he could have practiced on Thursday and that his injury is not that serious. Other players still sidelined due to injury include cornerback Carrington Valentine, hamstring, linebacker Ajaron Cooper, hip, defensive ends Deslin Alexander, lower leg, and Keyshawn Banks, groin, offensive lineman Donovan Jennings, knee, and cornerback Don Callis, hamstring.